it's really important. I mean, it's a little bit conflicted, right? I mean, it's important that people understand they can be bailed in, but you don't want a huge run on the institution. But I mean, they're going to be.
People need to know, but I don't think you have much hope of reaching a public that doesn't have a professional need to know.
I completely agree with that. I almost think you'd scare the public if you put this out. Like, why are they telling me this? Should I be concerned about my bank? Like, my insurance company doesn't tell me what they're doing with my assets if they just assume they're going to pay my claim, right? I think you've got to think of the unintended consequences of taking a public that has more full faith and confidence in the banking system than maybe people in this room do. So there's a select crowd of people that are in the institutional side. And if they want to understand this, they're going to find a way to understand this. There's a bunch of law firms represented in this room. There's a bunch of people that charge them by the hour a lot of money to explain this all to them. And it's fine. I don't have a problem with that. And they all have huge staffs. But I would be careful about the unintended consequences of starting to blast too much of this out in the general public.
And we'll have to check into that a little bit. But we know the plan. At the end of the day, the central banks want full control. They want people screaming and crying. I do believe that the CBDCs will come in when they want to drop that final hammer and let the bottom drop out, and people are crying, screaming and crying. People have lost their jobs everywhere, which we've already seen. I know many people have lost their jobs in the last month or so, the last month or two, and that's going to happen more. They want that. They're saying they want that. I mean, what an insane time we live in, where the people that are supposed to keep good employment and keep inflation at a reasonable amount, that's their only two objectives, by the way. They've now completely failed and are going opposite of those two things. Inflation's out of control. People are losing their job left and right. And yet people keep believing them. People keep believing the Fed and what's going on. That's why we have to look at the data, see what's actually going on. But make no mistake, the central banks, their whole goal is control. Central banks are central planned economies. It's communism. It's collectivism. Karl Marx, Communist Manifesto, this is right from the playbook. This is what they're here for. They're here for themselves. They're here for control and to control people with money by stealing your money through inflation, printing more and more and more, and stealing and sucking your time and energy away from you and to them. That's all they're there for. Make zero mistake. It's not U.S. Federal Reserve is not federal. It's a private organization. There's no reserves. It's not from the U.S. It's not for the U.S. It's private owners of this. So understand that, and you start to see what's going on. You start to see why they're in bed with each other, the central banks across the world, owned by many of the same people, and why they're in bed with the global organizations like the WEF, IMF, all of them. They're all in this together. This is not some conspiracy. This is, go read book after book, Creature from Jekyll Island, G.R. Griffin from 30 years ago. Go read these books. They're out there for people. Go watch documentaries on YouTube. This is all there for people. If you want it, if you have eyes to see it, you can see it. So get prepared. What I talk about, the whole thing is about asking why. Question everything with boldness